So it's been a while since we talked about the Real Housewives of Orange County, and I know I've been away and there's been 2 new episodes that we have to talk about and recap. However, I do feel like episode 4 and 5 can be summed up in one video, not because either one was bad. I just felt like it tells a full story based on those 2 episodes. I have to say, I have thoughts, I have opinions, I have reactions, and Tamra is no one's friend but herself. What's her sign? You guys will let me know in the live chat or in the comment section, because homegirl is thirsty and she is drinking this OJ from this orange that she's received so that she can keep her job for next season. Per usual, guys, don't forget to let me know where you're watching from. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share your thoughts and your rating of episode 4 and 5 of Real Housewives of Orange County. Let's get into a countdown and then let's get into this recap.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter. I got the fuse. You make a fire. I'll add the fuel. Follow me, lead it. Just watch the shoes. Gotta turn the heat up. Cool.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So if you were with us just the other day, I posted 2 new videos, very Real Housewives of Atlanta related. Nene Leakes reacting to Kim Zolciak's divorce, her talking about the ratings of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, whether or not she would return. She says she would return for the fans. And we're also talking about more stuff in regards to the Nene situation. So if you missed that video, be sure to check that out. But we also did a separate video that we had a little bit of hiccups. For those of you that were there when we first premiered the video, that video had a few hiccups, but the full almost 30-minute video where I'm talking about the beef between Kandi and Sanya Richards-Ross, and I'm talking about the Speak On It that Kandi did with Tamika Scott from her group Escape. Be sure to check that out. We had a lot of really great fun and conversation, and a lot of people have opinions and thoughts there. So be sure to check out those 2 videos that I posted just the other day. So a lot of you have been asking me, am I going to recap the Real Housewives of Orange County? And I did. And originally I was like, I'll do it when I get back, because those first couple of episodes, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. But what I can say, and what a lot of you have been asking for, is that Real Housewives returned to somewhat a fun, just enjoyable show to watch that's based in reality. And I had to say, that first episode kind of gave me that from the Real Housewives of Orange County. I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of how it began. Nothing too crazy, nothing too dark. And I have to say, these last couple of episodes of the Real Housewives of Orange County kind of gives me the same vibe. I think Jen is a very good addition. Tamra is not your friend. Tamra will throw anyone under the bus to keep her orange. And if she doesn't keep that orange, she shades the friendship. And I believe that is what happened between her and Shannon. I do believe because she was no longer on the show, she was mad at Shannon. She probably expected Shannon to, quit her job too? Sidebar, can we just say, I love Shannon on this show. Shannon does not get enough credit for being just lighthearted, unintentional humor. I said this when I did She Speaks Bravo podcast. I said, I really feel like she's the unproblematic, that we know of, version of Ramona. Just unintentionally funny. Actually, I think she's actually more funny than Ramona. I appreciate her. I really do appreciate her. We haven't really dug into her particular storyline this season besides the relationship with John. And as you know, after filming Rap, they broke up. We shall see. I want the best for Shannon. I want the best for Shannon, and I also want the best for Emily. I'm so mad that in episode 5 that Emily was not. Or was it episode? No, I guess it was episode 4 and 5, where Emily. We're still talking about, the pandemic and things like that. I'm guessing, and you guys will let me know in the live chat or in the comment section, I'm guessing on these production situations, they're still testing. Which I can appreciate. I really can appreciate that these companies are still testing folks before they are bringing them together. I don't think they even have to, technically, but I appreciate that they're doing that. So she got a positive test back, so she wasn't able to come. I kind of wish it was Gina. However, Gina, I'm not mad at you completely. Because I'm sort of I'm twerking on a fence with Gina this week because I appreciate what she brought in that moment with Heather and what's going on with Tamra, because she really was calling out Tamra for being the ish starter. I can appreciate that. But her whole issues with Jen, I'm not saying that, and I'm sure a lot of you that are married or in serious relationships might be triggered by someone like Jen who had an affair, an emotional affair. And some people say that's worse. I said either one is terrible. So I'm not taking that away from her. It just feels like it's such a reach. It's such a reach because also it's been a long time since her situation with her ex, Gina. But a lot of you think that won't change. It doesn't matter if it's been a long time or not. Cheating kind of lives with you. It affects how you are in new relationships. Okay, I'll get back to that. Back to Emily. So Emily's storyline this week. She's a real housewife. We are seeing her at home. We're seeing her with her kids. I love her daughter. Her daughter is very... Emily, you want to say that she's more like your husband, which I can see. I can see that because I feel like you and your husband are kind of the same too. Like that dark, funny sense of humor. I can appreciate. And I know a lot of you said, well, Kempire, make sure you watch some of those older seasons with Shane. He was problematic. I'm gonna take Shane at this point. I really do enjoy Emily though. I think she is the light-hearted, fun. I think that's the only element that's missing from this girls' trip that I really feel like we missed out on is Emily not being on this girls' trip. Because even though it's fun to watch and seeing them interact, I think, oh my goodness, can you imagine if Emily was there? Can you imagine? And I also appreciate Heather. Last season, I was just like, okay, it's nice to see the house. I don't know. And maybe because it was the cast. I feel like with this cast, Heather is in a better place for me watching her on the show. I feel like we're seeing Heather comfortable. We don't see her. Yeah, she's combative, but in a good way. And maybe because she has history with these folks. I didn't love seeing Heather last season with Noella or that other situation. You know what I mean? I didn't love that. So she's dealing with, her older kids, the twins, are moving out. They've moved out. They're going to college. I appreciate seeing this because I know a lot of you that have children and that are in the empty nest era of your life or chapter of your life can agree with her, can relate to what she's going through. And if you know anything about Heather, she loves her kids. She gave up her career and life for her children, which I can appreciate. And now she's sort of in that stage, like, is this my moment? No, Heather, it's not your moment, girl. You still have 2 other kids to raise. No, I get it. She's now transitioning to figure out, maybe I should get back into acting. Maybe I should do other. Heather is always doing something. So even when she has the children, she has her podcast, she has these businesses. Heather, you really don't need to do acting. If you're going to do acting, you're going to do it for fun. Okay? But I have to say, episode 4 and episode 5 really is about this beef brewing between Taylor Armstrong and Heather Dubrow. And I know everyone's like, oh, which team are you? Neither one. Because I have to say this. I was never a huge fan of Taylor Armstrong on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I didn't hate her. I didn't dislike her. I didn't really have much of a feeling towards her. Her coming on Orange County, I was like, okay, let's see. So far, I like Heather. I'm not Heather. I do like Heather, though. I like Taylor on this cast. I think Taylor actually, you know how new friend doves come in and you're like, well, maybe because she's been on reality TV before, maybe because she understands this franchise. It feels fine. It feels comfortable. Everyone's sort of bringing her in. She already had a little bit of a relationship with Tamra from Ultimate Girls Trip. So I'm okay with her stirring the pot. I'm okay with her being shady towards Heather. I'm not team in any of them. I'm team me, but it's not in that type of situation because I really do feel as if Taylor came in to do what she needed to do and Heather is doing what she needs to do in responding. Because that whole issue with the whole acting, and look, Heather is pretentious, but also I think Heather is an ultimate professional. She's like, if you want me to be in your movie, there are ways to do this. I am a business person. Yes, we are filming a reality show, but this is not my first acting job. But also I'm a professional. I have a team. If you want me to be in your movie, there are things that need to be discussed. I'm not just doing your movie for free, especially if I have acting credits, and I'm not going to check your IMDb. I'm not going to go there and check that because it's clear I've done acting before. She's actually, I think, professionally trained. Didn't she go to college for it? So I get it. Taylor is getting this whimsical opportunity to start acting at her big age. I'm not aged, but I'm just saying, like, she hasn't acted ever before, and now she's decided I'm gonna be an actress whimsically. She's just like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna be an actress. And now I don't know, do you think the producers are really asking for a casting tape from Heather? They just given a role to Taylor, now they want a casting tape from Heather? Come on, unless the role that Taylor is playing is very small and the role that Heather would play is very big, maybe it's the star, then I can maybe see. Look, I believe that Heather actually is a good actress because I don't believe 100% what we get from Heather on these reality shows, on this reality show, is 100% her either. I do believe she does act for the camera, or she acts up this pretentious personality. And it works, and it's convincing, and it's entertaining. So, although it might be, and I was just talking about this, I posted a tweet about Gabrielle Union and The Perfect Find. I did not expect all of you to react the way that you did to my tweet. You just never know. But maybe she's just she plays up, she exaggerates the Heather persona for reality TV. If that's the role that she's going to play in this movie, Heather, you should do it. And Heather, if there's any other role that you decide to take, just do that. Do the Gabrielle Union. Do the Jennifer Lopez. Play yourself and just exaggerate it for whatever the story is. I would watch that. I could see Heather as a, in Devil Wears Prada character. Sidebar. Anyone watch Glamorous on Netflix? You don't have to. Kim Cattrall, girl. Luckily, you're going to make an appearance this season on And Just Like That, and stay tuned for the review of that. I haven't even watched those last couple of episodes, but stay tuned. Kim, you might want to run, not walk, to get back in the good graces of being on this show And Just Like That, because these roles that you've been taking since, y'all know what sound effects I would play if I was in the studio. Just saying, come on, girl. I didn't like it, but feel free to watch it. Those last couple of movies and series that I watched on Netflix, I was just like, this is not good. Anyways, but I did watch the entire thing because I was just like, all right, I'm committed. Let me see if it gets better. It doesn't. And here's the difference. And I'll get back to Real Housewives of Orange County in a second. I forgot the actress's name, but she plays the mom of the main character. And although the script is not great, if you're a good actor, I've seen, and it's the same thing I said about Gina Torres in the Perfect Find with Gabrielle Union. The writing might not be that great, but if you're a good actor, you can make it good. Gina Torres in The Perfect Find did that. And Marco's, the main character in Glamorous, mom, it's not much of a script, but she was actually really good. Kim Cattrall, Anyways, I've digressed. Back to Real Housewives of Orange County, guys. If you're just joining us, be sure to like this video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to let us know how you would rate this episode between 1 and 10. I probably would rate episode 4 and 5. I probably like 8.5. I think it was good. It felt good. I watched both and I was entertained. I was like, okay, I see what's happening here this season. To me, it's like classic Real Housewives, which I can appreciate. Yes, we want to see an evolution, and I think we're getting that with new additions to the show. So the issues between Heather and Taylor brew during this trip. Now, where are they? They're in Montana, right? So they're in Montana. They're on this girls' trip, and there are a couple of issues that are being presented here. Okay. Oh, wait. First of all, rewinding back, Elephant Brain's working. So I am missing Emily being a part of this trip. All right, I'm missing her being a part of this trip. I think it would have been really fun and interesting. And at one point I tweeted, I was like, I'd much rather see Emily than Gina on this trip. But I actually do like seeing Emily and Gina together. I like their Laverne and Shirley-esque relationship. Okay? Anyways, so what else is going on with the other? Because I want to just talk about everyone else before I get into... No, that's it. Okay, anyways, Taylor and Heather, their issues with this whole movie situation. And... now they want a casting tape. You know, we had that separate scene with Tamra and Taylor talking about her IMDb and her acting career. And look, I appreciate what is happening between these two because it's entertaining for us, the audience. But I kind of have to agree with both of them. I feel, look, what did you think I was going to say? I kind of have to agree. Look, Heather hasn't acted in a long time. All the things that she's listed that she's been in, I never heard of, I never saw. Have you? I'm just saying, look, I haven't seen all the things, but I never heard of this stuff, and I'm a big TV-nista. I watch a lot of TV. Even before all of this, I watched a lot of TV. So I don't even remember Heather Dubrow from those days of whatever show she was on. But as you know, since then, she's taken a break from that to raise her children. And I understand that. But I also understand her being upset with Taylor and Tamra possibly talking about her career and her profession and something that she takes seriously. Tamra is no one's friend. I would never be friends with Tamra Judge. She has shown us in these last couple of episodes she has a loyalty to no one. I don't know if she even has a loyalty to Eddie. Because Eddie, word on the street, Eddie doesn't want her to be on this show, but she still does it anyway. But her loyalty to Jen, her loyalty to Heather, she lied to Heather in Heather's face about, Heather was like, were you rude to me in your conversation with Taylor? And she's like, no. Here's the thing, if you're really friends with people, we all can be friends with people and really like tight friends and be shady about a person's personality or career or whatever it may be. I wish in that moment she would have just owned it. Like, you know, I maybe made a comment about the 1900s, but, you know, I was just being funny. Ha, kiki, whatever. But she didn't. She didn't own it at all. She lied. And she knows eventually Heather's going to see exactly what she said on this show. Do I think it's something that they can get over? Yes, but Tamra is no one's friend. She's no one's friend. And this is the moment where I can appreciate someone like Gina pointing out, it sounds like, even though Gina wasn't there, it sounds like Tamra is stirring the pot. It sounds like Tamra is the one you should be really mad at and not Taylor. If anything, she should be mad at both because they were both sort of like shading Heather's acting career or lack thereof. All right? Sidebar, again, Jen is so great. That effect that they put on Jen's voice in the moment when she was just talking about, oh, what was it? I forgot what it was, but they put an effect over her voice in her confessional when she was sort of giving like the, oh my God, I don't remember what it was or what it, look, this is 2 hours of content that I'm trying to put in one review, but I do like Jen. I think Jen, you know, last season we had a little bit of a hiccup. I don't know what went wrong with casting. I don't know if you guys have a new casting director or maybe you just found Jen and it's all good, maybe because, you know, Tamra's friends with her. But I think she's good. It's better than Dr. Jen, better than Noella. I like her, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned because I feel as if Ryan is a cheater, pumpkin eater. Yes, that's how they came together. Was it a physical affair, emotional affair? Whatever. Tamra is not your friend, Jen. She is not your friend. These two have known each other for years. She's one of the first people to be working out at Cut Fitness. I see loyalty from Jen, but I don't see loyalty from Tamra. And the fact that Tamra decided to bring on this show, something that she knew about Ryan saying when he saw Tamra at Cut Fitness, he said, oh, I'm going to F her. The fact that she decided to bring that on the show when her friend Jen is in a long-term relationship with this man, it's so disrespectful. Look, we get it. It's a reality show. But the fact that she waited this long to bring this on the show, instead of saying this to Jen, is Jen making excuses for Ryan? Is Ryan cheating? Well, apparently he did cheat on her because Tamra says that Jen admitted that he had cheated on her. I don't know if they were on a break or not. He has a history of cheating, we find out in this last episode. Do you believe that he's cheating on her? Honestly, look, I really like Jenn, so I don't want him to be cheating on her, but he has a history, a chronic history, and at his big age, 45, moisturize, y'all. I was like, 45? wait. 45, moisturize, please. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. But I really like Jenn. I like Jenn. I really want this to work out for her because, you know, she left her husband. Not to say that that was a better option. Sometimes you meet these people in your life so that you can get out of situations that weren't working. But now you're in a situation, I don't know if it's working for her. She seems like a sweet woman. Someone that fosters children and animals can't do wrong in my book. Do I think the cheating was wrong? Yes, of course. But she owns it. You know, there's so many people that don't own it. I don't feel like Jenn is making excuses for cheating. Do you? I don't feel like she's making excuses. She owns that this is what happened. But what you won't own is that it was a physical relationship before it was. But some people say the emotional relationship was worse. But she owns that it was an emotional affair. But now for all this other stuff to come out on camera, I get it. It's a reality show. But I look at Tamra like, you are no one's friend. You will throw anyone under the bus so you can keep an orange, which says to me more about your character than anything. Because, and this is coming from a Taurus, maybe because I'm so loyal when it comes to a friendship, I just would not do that to my friend in real life or for television. But Jenn, the way she threw you under the bus, and she keeps saying that Jenn is not being 100% with the story. She's telling everyone a different story. I don't know. I have to say, if anything, Jenn is very convincing. I don't feel like when she's telling these stories, I forgot what other reality show. Oh, Real Housewives of New Jersey, sidebar. It's a good sidebar because I won't do a separate video on this. And this is why you should watch all the things for those of you that don't. Real Housewives of New Jersey, word on the street, and according to People magazine, they're saying that everyone's coming back. Told you. Next season, the following season after the season, you'll see a difference. I think this next season is going to be a way for producers to see, okay, now we'll make some changes. According to multiple sources, they're saying that the entire cast, friend ofs, everyone is coming back. That's good. In what capacity, we won't know. I know a lot of people keep forgetting that, yes, everyone will receive a contract. Doesn't mean that everyone is signed on to be full-time. Or, you know what I mean? So you never know. It depends on what people are bringing. I still believe that Jenn Fessler should be full-time. She gave way too much to you guys last season. Just saying. For free. Well, not for free, but you know.
Baby, won't you listen to me?
Oops. I'm pressing buttons. Look, I'm pressing buttons. Anyways. Guys, that is just a reminder. Keep liking the video. Keep sharing the video. If you're part of the replay crew or the later on crew, as we like to say, be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. And don't forget, still available are our Pride merch. As you know, every year I'm always changing up the merch. So get our limited edition Pride merch and Juneteenth merch available at houseofkempire.com or thekempire.com. Sidebar. Twitter is big mad. They're threatening allegedly legal action against Threads. You know Threads? Now the Meta, Facebook, IG version of Twitter. Well, I'm on there, so be sure to follow me on Threads if you're not. Because I am going to start sharing things that they're exclusively, you know, my random thoughts that I usually share on Twitter. And I'll still be on Twitter. Don't get me wrong for those of you that just follow me on Twitter. But I will be sharing certain things only on Threads, like what I'm doing this weekend. So stay tuned. But shout out to our members as well. Members, you get the exclusives on all the things while I'm traveling. You know where I am before anyone else. Head on over to teamkempire.com/join so you can become a member of the channel. And of course, Royal Court members and senior royals get heads up and a little bit more. This is not even a part of your membership. This is not in anything that's a part of the membership. It's just something that I've added to the membership in regards to my travels and things like that. So shout out to our members. We appreciate you so much for supporting us. You allow us to continue to create without having to rely on just ad revenue here on YouTube. But as you know, we're not just here on YouTube. Be sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and now Threads. Head on over to thekempire.com for more details on our podcast, merch, and things like that. I do have a podcast episode that I need to work on before the weekend, so stay tuned for that. Kempire Radio on all podcast platforms. So back to this. So I'm a little concerned for Jenn because And of course, producers and editors are just making the situation worse. Her FaceTiming him and it's dark. What is he doing in the room? We find out he sent a D pic to one of their friends, and she's like a humming to Tamra, and then saying, "Oh, he meant to send it to me." Like, I feel for Jen. Like I said before, I like her. I think she's a great addition, but there seems to be a lot of smoke around this relationship. Do I believe that he's cheating? Oh my God, I think he is. I hope not, but he's never, wait, has he ever been married before? But he's always cheated in every relationship. Why get into a serious relationship? Oh, because he want to have his cake and eat it too. You know how some men are. They want to be able to do whatever they want, but still have a home life without commitment. At least be clear in that home life. I don't want commitment. I want an open relationship. I don't know. Plenty of gay guys do it all the time. If that works for you, but I don't think that's going to work for Jen. I don't know. So this last scene, so first of all, we do have Tamra and Shannon. As you know, they had a difficult time in regards to their relationship since Tamra was kicked and fired from the show. And this season has been about them rekindling their friendship. They have a sit down, and they had an original sit down, but they sit down again during this trip and saying, I'm having such a great time with you. I'm reminded of all the great times that we've had together. I really missed you. I really love you. Sweet and genuine. I appreciate that. Again, I appreciate Shannon. Shannon's just a bag of fun. Gina. Okay. So Gina. So Gina, in this moment, as Tamra's Jen is confronting Tamra about what she's saying to the other ladies, the whole cheating situation comes up, and Gina makes it about her. Like, this is not about you right now. This is not about you. And I get it. Heather says that, I get it. An emotional affair is an affair. It's probably worse. Okay. Sidebar, because I'm remembering certain things. Taylor taking shots at Heather being older. They're talking to this young man that's there working. He's 25 years old. Mind you, I thought he was older. But Taylor, you talking about Heather being older. I don't know who is older or what age Taylor is. Okay, let's look it up. Because I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up during this live because I need to know for myself. Because I said to myself, I feel as if, okay, so Taylor is 52 years old. All right. Heather Dubrow is 54 years old. Taylor's shading her age, and Heather hearing it, I can appreciate. However, Taylor, you look 10 years older. I'm sorry. Look, I'm just saying, if you're going to shade her age, I'm going to react to that. Taylor, you look older than Heather by like 10 years. What doesn't Heather have a skincare situation? Maybe that's skincaring. Taylor, you shading her age and looking 10 years older than her? And I'm being probably generous with the 10 years. Can we talk? Look, can we talk? I'm glad I looked it up. But damn. Heather, you look good. Or maybe you're just rich. They say something. The reason why certain people look good is because it's the amount of money they have. So fast forward to this scene where Tamra and Jen have their conversation. They do end up making peace. They do agree to move forward. Tamra, you're lucky that Jen wanted to just move forward. I think Jen just wanted to move on from them constantly talking about Ryan and his philandering. She might be trying to avoid the obvious or whatever. I don't know. But I would look at you completely different. The fact that you're bringing up something that was said to you years ago on camera and you never mentioned this to me, you never mentioned it to Eddie as well. Again, desperate for this orange. This reunion is going to be interesting because I do think that after Jen sees everything that Tamra has said and done, she's going to have a very different opinion of her, quote, friend. Gina getting triggered by this and wanting to call Travis. I'm not going to take this away from Gina. I'm not going to. I know Gina is desperate to keep her orange as well. I do believe that on some level she is triggered. Okay? I do agree with her about Tamra. being an ish starter, and Tamra trying to come for her for doing what we all see that Tamra's doing. But she walks away during this conversation about Jen's relationship with her husband, and Jen seems very clear. Unless she just worked up this story, but she seems very clear. But that's the energy I get from Jen. She seems very clear on her situation. She's not making excuses for it. So Gina's telling you, like, oh, you know, I have a different experience of you, you know, sharing a room with you. I can see you in a different way. Like, why are you even holding this against her? Do you hold this against everyone? I don't understand where Gina's coming from. I don't understand where Gina's coming from. On some level I do, on some level I don't. I feel like it is a desperate attempt from Gina to have a moment. But she walks away to call Travis, but Heather stops her from calling Travis. And I agree with Heather. She's just like, obviously there are issues that you're still dealing with, and the last person you need to turn to with these issues is Travis, because he's going to look at you like, are you still in love with this man? Have you not moved on? I can agree with that. I can agree with that when it comes to Heather. Heather's a good friend to have. I really do believe that Heather's a good friend for Gina. I don't understand what happened, you know, over the last few months between them in regards to her. I think it might have been a little bit of Gina being insecure about inviting Heather to certain things. And she's like, oh, this is not going to be too good for Heather. But Heather just wants to be invited. She just wants to be invited. She's not going to come. She just wants to be invited. Maybe. I don't know. If I had to rate the episode 4, I'd probably give episode 4 an 8. I'd probably give episode 5 a 9. I think it's good. And look, this is part of the reason when I reviewed episode 2, I was just like, it's too soon for this to start getting dry and boring. But it's building up. It's building up. So far, I'm interested. So far, I'm entertained by everyone. By everyone. There's no one here besides Gina that I'm sort of like, I could have did without them. And even with Gina, I'm sort of like, no, Gina's been necessary. She's been necessary. Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts. How would you rate episode 4 and episode 5 of The Real Housewives of Orange County? What are you thinking about the relationships that are happening, the fights that are happening? Is this old school Real Housewives? Are you enjoying this old school Real Housewives? Or are you over it? Let me know in the live chat. Let me know in the comment section. Stay tuned for more updates in regards to pop culture news and reviews here on the channel. And of course, shout out to everyone watching on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. We appreciate you guys. And don't forget to follow us on Threads, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Everything is at TheKempire, at Kempire Radio, and at Kempire Daily. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like the video on your way out. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.
You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll ask you. Follow my lady, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.